We often look at success as a singular, monumental event. People celebrate grand achievements and think success is the result of a breakthrough, something that happens overnight. However, success is far more about the small, consistent actions we take daily. These small wins, often overlooked and undervalued, are the real drivers behind big accomplishments. Success, whether personal, professional, or in any aspect of life, is a process, an accumulation of many small victories. In this detailed video script, we will explore how focusing on small wins can create massive success over time, impacting your mindset, motivation, discipline, and even your results. This journey begins with understanding how small wins influence us at a psychological level, then moves into practical steps for applying this mindset across different areas of life: personal development, career growth, relationships, and beyond. Firstly, the psychology behind small wins. 1.1 Understanding the brain's response to small wins. Small wins activate a neurological response in the brain. Every time you achieve a small goal, your brain releases dopamine, the reward chemical. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that makes you feel good, reinforcing positive behavior and motivating you to repeat it. Why is this important? Because the human brain craves reward and avoids pain. By creating small, manageable goals that provide quick wins, you activate the brain's reward system, making it easier to stay on track and motivated. 1.1.1 Dopamine's role in building motivation. Dopamine doesn't just make you feel good in the moment, it also plays a key role in long-term motivation. When you achieve a small win, the dopamine release helps strengthen neural pathways that encourage you to continue striving toward bigger goals. Think of it like this: every small win is like adding fuel to your motivation engine. The more small wins you achieve, the more you reinforce the behavior that leads to success. 1.2 The power of momentum. One small win leads to another. This is the power of momentum. In sports, for example, a team that scores the first goal often builds confidence, leading to additional successes throughout the game. The same concept applies to personal growth and success. Momentum feeds motivation. Small wins build the confidence and self-assurance necessary to tackle larger, more complex challenges. As you accumulate small victories, you become more resilient, and what once seemed impossible begins to feel attainable. 1.2.1 Creating the success cycle. Small wins contribute to what we can call the success cycle. This cycle looks something like this.
Set a small, attainable goal.
Achieve the goal, creating a small win. Feel motivated by the win, which boosts confidence. Set a slightly larger goal and repeat the process. Over time, this cycle compounds into massive personal growth and achievement. Each small win builds upon the last, leading to an upward spiral of success. 1.3 Small wins and self-perception. Your self-perception, how you see yourself, is a crucial determinant of success. Achieving small wins shifts your identity. You start to see yourself as someone who can succeed no matter how small the achievements. Why does this matter? Because people often act in alignment with how they perceive themselves. If you consistently achieve small wins, you begin to see yourself as someone who follows through, someone who is capable. This positive self-perception can dramatically influence your long-term success. 1.3.1 The role of self-efficacy in success. Self-efficacy is the belief in your ability to execute tasks and achieve goals. Small wins boost self-efficacy by showing you, in a tangible way, that you are capable of success. When you believe in your abilities, you're more likely to take on challenges that will lead to further success. Secondly, the compound effect of small wins. 2.1 The mathematics of small wins. There's a concept in self-improvement known as the 1% rule. It's simple. If you improve by just 1% each day, at the end of the year, you will be 37 times better than you were at the start. This is the compound effect. Small improvements made consistently accumulate into significant progress over time. How does this work? Compounding doesn't just apply to finance. It's a universal principle that can be applied to personal growth, skills development, and even habits. For example, if you spend just 10 minutes a day learning a new skill, over the course of a year, you'll have accumulated more than 60 hours of practice. 2.1.1 Applying the 1% rule to personal growth. If you apply the 1% improvement rule to areas like fitness, relationships, or career, you'll see dramatic results. For example, if you exercise for just 10 minutes each day, you'll gradually increase your stamina and strength. If you make an effort to be 1% more communicative with your partner each day, your relationship will deepen over time. If you commit to learning one new thing about your industry every day, by the end of the year, you'll be vastly more knowledgeable than you were at the start. 2.2 The domino effect. How one small win leads to another. Small wins have a domino effect. When you achieve one small goal, it makes the next goal feel more attainable. Like knocking over the first domino in a long line, achieving small wins can set off a chain reaction of success. This is particularly useful when you're tackling large, seemingly overwhelming projects. By focusing on one small part of the project and achieving a win, you make it easier to take the next step. 2.2.1 Real-life example. Building a business. One step at a time. Let's take the example of starting a business. The idea of launching a business can feel daunting, but by breaking it down into smaller tasks, it becomes more manageable. First, you decide on a business idea. Next, you create a simple website. Then you gain your first customer. Each of these is a small win, but over time they compound into a successful business. 2.3 Building systems, not just goals. Many people set large goals, but they fail because they don't have a system in place to achieve those goals. Small wins allow you to focus on building a system that will lead to success. What's the difference? A goal is an outcome you want to achieve, but a system is the process that leads to that outcome. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon, the system is your daily running routine. 2.3.1 How to build a system based on small wins. To build a successful system, break your goal down into daily or weekly actions that lead to small wins. If you want to improve your health, set up a system where you walk for 20 minutes a day. If you want to grow your business, set a goal of reaching out to one potential customer each day. These small wins are the building blocks of a successful system that, over time, leads to big results. Third, implementing small wins in daily life. 3.1 Setting micro goals. To maximize the power of small wins, you need to break your larger goals down into micro goals, small, achievable steps that can be completed within a short period. Why micro goals? Micro goals keep you from feeling overwhelmed. They make the path to success feel more attainable and allow you to experience progress daily. 3.1.1 How to break down your goals into micro goals. Start by identifying your big goal, then work backward. If your goal is to write a book, break it down into micro goals, such as writing 300 words a day. After 30 days, you'll have 9,000 words. If your goal is to save money, start by saving $5 a day. It may not seem like much, but over time, it adds up. 3.2 Celebrating every win. One of the key components of leveraging small wins is recognizing and celebrating them. Even the smallest victory deserves acknowledgement. When you celebrate, you reinforce the positive behavior and increase your motivation to keep going. 3.2.1 Why celebrating small wins is crucial. Celebration doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be as simple as giving yourself a pat on the back, writing about your success in a journal, or sharing it with a close friend. The act of recognizing your progress keeps you focused and motivated. Pro tip: create a reward system for yourself. For example, after completing a week of micro goals, treat yourself to something small that you enjoy. 3.3 Tracking progress, a visual representation of success. Tracking your small wins is another powerful tool for staying motivated. When you have a visual representation of your progress, it's easier to stay on track and keep pushing forward. 3.3.1 How to track your wins. There are several ways to track your small wins. Use a journal or planner to write down your daily accomplishments. Create a habit tracking app or use a simple calendar to mark off the days you've completed your micro goals. For more complex goals, create a progress chart that visually represents your journey toward success. Fourth, real-life examples of small wins, leading to big success. 4.1 J.K. Rowling, The Power of Small Daily Writing Goals. J.K. Rowling didn't write the Harry Potter series in a day. She started with small writing goals, often just 1,000 words a day. Those small writing sessions accumulated over time into one of the most successful book series in history. Key takeaway: focus on daily writing goals, no matter how small. Over time, these small wins will lead to significant results. 4.2 Serena Williams, Winning 1 point at a time. Serena Williams is one of the greatest tennis players in the world, but her success didn't come from focusing on winning championships. Instead, she focused on winning each point, each game, and each set. These small wins added up to create an exceptional career. Key takeaway: focus on the small actions that lead to success. Whether it's winning a single point or completing a single task, each small win moves you closer to your ultimate goal. 4.3 The Story of the Tortoise and the Hare, Consistency over Speed. The classic fable of the tortoise and the hare perfectly illustrates the power of small wins. The tortoise didn't win the race by being the fastest. He won by making small, consistent progress. While the hare focused on speed, the tortoise focused on steady movement. Key takeaway: consistency is more important than speed when it comes to success. Focus on making steady progress, and you'll eventually reach your goal. Fifth, small wins in personal development. 5.1 Building emotional intelligence, one step at a time. Emotional intelligence is crucial for personal and professional success. It involves understanding and managing your emotions and the emotions of others. However, building emotional intelligence doesn't happen overnight. It's a series of small, daily practices. 5.1.1 How to build emotional intelligence through small wins. Start with one small aspect of emotional intelligence, such as active listening. Practice this skill in your daily interactions. Focus on truly listening to the person you're speaking with, without interrupting or thinking about your response. After a week of consistent practice, you'll find that your communication skills and emotional intelligence have improved. 5.2 Overcoming fear with small wins. Fear can be a major obstacle to success. Whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown, it often holds people back. The key to overcoming fear is to start small. 5.2.1 How to conquer fear through small wins. Begin by confronting a small fear. If you're afraid of public speaking, start by speaking in front of a small group of friends or colleagues. If you fear failure, take on a small project where the stakes are low. Each time you confront a small fear and succeed, you build confidence and reduce the power of fear in your life. 5.3 Building resilience, one challenge at a time. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges. It's an essential skill for long-term success, but like emotional intelligence, it's built gradually. 5.3.1 How to build resilience through small wins. To build resilience, take on small challenges regularly. Start by setting yourself a daily challenge that pushes you slightly out of your comfort zone, such as waking up earlier or taking on a difficult task at work. As you overcome these small challenges, you'll develop the mental toughness to handle larger setbacks. Sixth, small wins in career and business. 6.1 Boosting productivity through small wins. Productivity is often a key factor in career success, but trying to overhaul your entire workflow can be overwhelming. Instead, focus on small productivity wins. 6.1.1 Small wins for increasing productivity. Here are some examples of small productivity wins. Start your day by completing the most important task first. This small win sets the tone for the rest of the day. Use the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Completing several Pomodoro sessions is a series of small wins that lead to a productive day. Break large projects into smaller tasks and celebrate the completion of each one. 6.2. Building a business through small wins. Many of the world's most successful businesses didn't start as massive corporations. They started small, with a series of incremental wins that led to growth. 6.2.1. How small wins can build a business. Consider Amazon's early days. Jeff Bezos didn't start by trying to dominate the retail world. He focused on selling books online. Each small win, gaining a customer, expanding the product line, led to the massive success Amazon enjoys today. Key takeaway: focus on achieving small business goals, such as gaining one new customer or launching one new product. These small wins will eventually lead to big success. 6.3. Negotiation skills. Start small and build confidence. Negotiating is a crucial skill in business, but it can be intimidating. The key to becoming a successful negotiator is to start small and build confidence. 6.3.1. Small wins in negotiation. Start by negotiating smaller deals. Practice negotiating for a small discount at a local store or when purchasing something online. Each successful negotiation, no matter how small, builds your confidence and prepares you for larger, more important negotiations. 7th, the role of patience and persistence in small wins. 7.1. Patience is key to long-term success. Success achieved through small wins requires patience. It's easy to become discouraged when progress feels slow, but it's essential to maintain perspective. Remember, small wins compound over time. 7.1.1. Embracing the process. Rather than focusing solely on the end goal, embrace the process. Understand that success is a journey, and the small wins you achieve along the way are just as important as the final result. Key takeaway: trust the process. As long as you're making small, consistent progress, you're moving in the right direction. 7.2. Overcoming setbacks with small wins. Setbacks are inevitable, but they don't have to derail your progress. When setbacks occur, reflect on the small wins you've achieved so far. Use them as a reminder of your progress and as fuel to keep moving forward. 7.2.1. Bouncing back from setbacks. When you encounter a setback, break the situation down into smaller components. Identify small, actionable steps you can take to start moving forward again. Celebrate small wins along the way as you recover from the setback. This will help you rebuild momentum and stay motivated. 7.3. The long-term perspective. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. It's easy to get caught up in the desire for immediate results, but true success is a long-term game. Small wins teach you the value of patience and persistence. Key takeaway: keep the bigger picture in mind. While small wins may not be immediately satisfying, they are building blocks for something greater. 8th, creating a small win strategy. 8.1. Identifying your big goal. The first step in creating a small win strategy is to identify your big goal. This is the ultimate destination you're striving for, whether it's personal growth, career success, or a specific achievement. Key takeaway: having a clear goal gives you direction. It allows you to break that goal down into smaller, actionable steps. 8.1.1. How to define your big goal. Ask yourself, what is the one thing you want to achieve in the next year? How will achieving this goal impact your life? Why is this goal important to you? 8.2. Breaking your goal into small steps. Once you've identified your big goal, the next step is to break it down into smaller steps. These smaller steps should be specific. Clearly define each step. Measurable. Track your progress. Achievable. Ensure the step is something you can realistically accomplish in a short period. Relevant. The step should directly contribute to your overall goal. Time-bound. Set a deadline for each step. 8.2.1 Creating a micro-goal roadmap. A micro-goal roadmap is a plan that outlines the small steps you'll take to achieve your larger goal. For example, if your goal is to get fit, micro-goal 1, walk for 10 minutes each day.
Micro-goal 2, increase daily walking time to 20 minutes after 2 weeks.
Micro-goal 3, add strength training twice a week after a month. 8.3 Tracking your wins. The power of accountability. Tracking your small wins is crucial for staying on track and maintaining motivation. When you visually see your progress, it reinforces your commitment and keeps you focused on the end goal. 8.3.1 How to track your wins. Use a journal or digital tool to document your daily wins. Set milestones and check in on your progress regularly. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how small, to reinforce positive behavior. 8.4 Adjusting as needed. The power of flexibility. Flexibility is essential in any small win strategy. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to adjust your approach. The key is to stay focused on the overall goal while being adaptable in your methods. 8.4.1 When to adjust your strategy. If you find that you're consistently missing your micro goals, ask yourself, are my goals realistic? Do I need to break them down into even smaller steps? Is there a different approach I can take that will still lead to success? 9th, the transformative power of small wins in relationships. 9.1 Building trust through small, consistent actions. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, whether personal or professional. However, trust is not built overnight. It's the result of small, consistent actions over time. 9.1.1 How small wins build trust. Show up consistently for the people in your life. This could mean keeping your promises, being reliable, and offering support. Engage in small acts of kindness regularly. These small gestures accumulate over time and strengthen the bond you share with others. 9.2 Resolving conflicts through small wins. Conflict is inevitable in relationships, but it doesn't have to be destructive. The key to resolving conflicts is addressing them in small, manageable steps. 9.2.1 Small wins in conflict resolution. Start by addressing minor conflicts and misunderstandings, rather than letting issues pile up. Each time you successfully resolve a small conflict, it strengthens the relationship and makes it easier to handle larger conflicts in the future. 9.3 Deepening connections through small acts of appreciation. Strong relationships are built on mutual respect, appreciation, and understanding. Small acts of appreciation, when practiced regularly, can deepen your connections with others. 9.3.1 How to show appreciation through small wins. Send a quick message of gratitude to a loved one. Offer small tokens of appreciation, such as a handwritten note or a thoughtful gift. These small acts may seem insignificant, but over time, they foster a deeper, more meaningful connection. 10th, the long-term benefits of small wins. 10.1 Building sustainable success. One of the greatest advantages of focusing on small wins is the sustainability of success. Grand goals can be overwhelming, and the pressure to achieve them all at once can lead to burnout. However, when you approach success incrementally, you build habits that are much easier to maintain over time. Sustainable success comes from creating systems that allow you to progress without exhausting your mental, emotional, or physical resources. Small wins form the foundation of these systems, making success achievable without overextending yourself. 10.1.1 Preventing burnout through incremental progress. Burnout is often a result of overwhelming yourself with too much, too fast. By focusing on small wins, you avoid the all-or-nothing mindset, which can lead to frustration when things don't go as planned. Spread out your efforts over time, allowing your mind and body to recover between tasks, leading to long-term progress without exhaustion. Build confidence and endurance, allowing you to take on bigger challenges over time. 10.2 Strengthening willpower and discipline. Willpower is a finite resource, and trying to rely solely on it can lead to fatigue. However, small wins help you build discipline in manageable ways. By achieving small victories, you develop the habits necessary for long-term success without depleting your willpower. How does this work? Each small win reinforces your ability to stick to a task, making it easier to maintain consistency. Over time, this builds a sense of discipline that doesn't rely on constant effort, but instead becomes second nature. 10.2.1 The Habit Loop, Small Wins and Discipline. The concept of the habit loop explains how small wins contribute to building discipline. Cue. A signal or prompt triggers a specific behavior. For example, seeing your running shoes might remind you to exercise. Routine. The behavior itself, whether it's running, studying, or completing a task. Reward. The sense of accomplishment or satisfaction you feel from completing the task. A small win. By regularly completing the loop, your brain reinforces the behavior. Over time, the routine becomes automatic, and discipline becomes a byproduct of this habitual loop. 10.3 Enhancing creativity through small wins. Small wins are not just about productivity and discipline, they also enhance creativity. When you break down big challenges into smaller tasks, you allow your mind the freedom to experiment and explore different approaches without the fear of failure. Small wins reduce the pressure of perfection, allowing creativity to flourish. 10.3.1 The role of microtasks in creative problem solving. Creative endeavors, whether writing, art, or business innovation, often require experimentation. By focusing on small wins, you can approach creative tasks in manageable chunks, reducing the pressure to get it right immediately. Small wins give you the confidence to take risks, knowing that even small progress contributes to the bigger picture. Iterating through small successes helps you refine your ideas and approaches over time. 10.4 Building a resilient mindset. Success is not a straight path. There will be setbacks, challenges, and obstacles. However, the accumulation of small wins helps build a resilient mindset that allows you to bounce back from these challenges more effectively. When you achieve small wins, you train your brain to recognize progress, even in the face of adversity. This helps you stay focused on the positive aspects of your journey and encourages you to keep moving forward, even when times are tough. 10.1 Using small wins to overcome setbacks. When faced with a setback, you can focus on small wins as a way to rebuild momentum. Rather than trying to overcome the entire obstacle at once, break it down into smaller challenges that are easier to manage. Reflect on past small wins to remind yourself of your capabilities. This reinforces your belief that you can handle difficult situations. Use small wins to regain confidence. Each small success, no matter how minor, can help you recover from failure and move forward. 10.5 Cultivating patience and persistence. Small wins teach the value of patience and persistence. In a world where instant gratification is often prioritized, the ability to stay the course and focus on long-term success is a rare and valuable trait. By focusing on incremental progress, you learn that great achievements take time. This shift in perspective helps you appreciate the journey and maintain persistence, even when results are not immediately visible.
10.51 The Power of Long-Term Thinking.
People who achieve long-term success are often those who understand the importance of patience. Small wins reinforce the idea that success is a gradual process that requires consistent effort over time. Each small win contributes to the bigger picture, even if the immediate impact is not always obvious. The ability to persist even when progress seems slow is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. 10.6 Building stronger relationships with small wins. Small wins aren't just about personal achievement, they also apply to relationships. Strong relationships are built through small, consistent actions over time, such as regular communication, small acts of kindness, and showing appreciation for others. 10.6.1. How small wins improve communication and trust. In relationships, small wins can look like sending a quick text to check in on a friend or family member, doing something thoughtful for your partner like cooking dinner or taking care of a chore, following through on promises no matter how small. Over time, these small actions build trust and strengthen the bond between you and the people you care about. In conclusion, the long-term benefits of small wins extend far beyond just achieving specific goals. By focusing on incremental progress, you build sustainable success, strengthen willpower and discipline, enhance creativity, develop a resilient mindset, cultivate patience and persistence, and even improve your relationships. These benefits accumulate over time, leading to a life that is not only successful, but also fulfilling and meaningful. Success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment. It comes from taking small, consistent actions that move you closer to your goals. So here's what I want you to do right now. Take that first step toward your dream. It could be as simple as setting a daily goal, making a plan, or tackling that one thing you've been putting off. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because this journey to success is just getting started, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. If today's video gave you even one small spark of motivation, drop a comment below and share your small win for the day. Let's hold each other accountable and keep this momentum going. Remember, the path to big success is built one small win at a time. So start now. Take action today, and let's achieve greatness together.